are listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jr. and its Sethany. both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going.
It's going. So what's new and exciting?
Well, we bought a house.
Wow, what? What?
Yeah.
Wait a sec here.
You go from nothing.
That's nothing to that. What
Yeah.
the hell, man? Holy
No, I
crap.
thought I'd throw everybody for a loop, right?
Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's a whole new collage going. I bought a house.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I won't be saying that too many times though.
You bought the house, and then during the transition from the old house to the new house, we'll ask you, yeah, we bought a house. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
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 Homer. Yeah. It's well, we all know what it's like to own a home, and it's just yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. That's awesome news. I mean, we've been looking sporadically, but there was a point when we wanted to sell, and then we go, we'll just hang around here for a little bit longer, anyways.
Yeah.
Don't need to buy a new house right now, especially with the prices.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not going to get any better, right?
No, not anytime soon.
So I mean, it's I mean, either way, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you buy a house now, the prices have gone down slightly from the peak. However, you're paying more on the interest rate.
Oh,
So
yeah, the rates are insane.
It's like one of those scenarios. And then if the rates do end up going down, the prices of the houses are going to start to go up again.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly. I mean, we had to renew in October. And what a shock that was. I mean, thankfully we, a huge portion of ours is paid, but still.
Oh, exactly. But
What
your
a
payments
fuck.
still, like, they may not have been as much as when you first got the mortgage, but they're going to go up because of the interest rate, regardless of what you were paying before.
They're actually up and around the same kind of range when we first bought the house. So yeah, it was close. We're about, I would say a little higher than what we were at when we first bought the house.
Right.
But obviously within a few years it just it just went down to the low 3%.
Yeah.
And in some cases you were lucky to get maybe a high 2.95, somewhere around there, if you lucked out. But now, I mean, I think we had to we went back up to, like, we were at I think 3.32.
Mhm.
And then now when we renewed, it was like 5.35 or something. It was fucking insane.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, that's cool, man. That's good to hear. You're closing a chapter and opening a new one.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And all the best, obviously, with that. Hopefully it'll be a smooth transition.
So do I.
Yeah, that's the shitty part, the moving and
Yeah,
packing shit up and getting it ready to sort of, go to the new place. It's just like,
it's gonna be fun getting rid of all my books over here, packing them all up.
Yeah. What's the new studio gonna look like, eh?
Well, the basement's not done yet, so.
Oh, so you're gonna have a dungeon.
I'm gonna have a dungeon. I'm gonna be broadcasting from the times that I'm gonna be able to broadcast. If I don't know if I'll be able to get my computer set up, but I'll either do it with my phone or laptop. But it's gonna be a dungeon for sure.
Yeah. That hey, I mean, an unfinished bit. So I mean, are we looking at, it's obviously a larger place, right?
It is a larger place, yes.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So you have more space.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. I mean, yeah, I mean, more space can be cool, and then it can be more of a hindrance because you got more stuff to clean and
Yeah.
And if you're a clutter bug, you can fill more stuff into that larger place.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the fun
Yeah,
part, right? That's a
for
I
sure.
know. That's why I said, hey, maybe we'll downsize. What? Oh man, I don't know, man. That's
You got a
slow.
lot of stuff in there, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I'll be doing that. We'll be doing that. Like I said, I think status quo. We're happy where we are, and
Oh,
yeah,
you got a nice size house for the two of you. I mean, it's not like I mean, if you had children, I could see it being tight, but because our house is maybe slightly smaller than yours, we're in a townhouse as well, and
yeah.
when you have a small child who's full of energy, it can be tight.
Well,
Right.
yeah, exactly. And when they get, a little older, you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, okay, we don't have enough space here.
Exactly. Right. So that's part of the reason there.
It's when they start bouncing off the walls.
Oh, she's already doing that. Christ. She won't stop.
She's already bouncing off the walls, eh?
She's bouncing off every surface of this house.
Wow, that's insane, huh?
Yeah. I still remember
Uh,
when she wasn't able to hold up her own neck or her own head, rather.
time flies, buddy, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Time flies.
Mm-hmm.
Time definitely flies.
That should be 3 in August.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
3 years. See, there you go. Flies.
Yeah.
Before you know it, she'll be like 10.
Before you know it, she'll want to, get her driver's license and drive and date. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, but before she gets the driver's license, she'll be stealing the car.
Most likely, yeah. Yeah.
We don't condone that kids steal cars. No, we don't.
But let's
condone
be
that,
realistic.
But we're being realistic. It
Yeah.
happens.
I've done it.
Did you?
No, not stealing, but and not before I got. I mean, mind you, I was lucky because, like I said, when we emigrated to Canada and when we moved to Manitoba,
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to drive at the age of 8 on the farm.
Yeah.
So I was already driving everything in the farm there. Like you talk about the cars, the trucks, tractors, combines, you name it.
Yeah.
I was driving all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my fill of that early in life, right? So it's not like one of those scenarios where, you're growing up and you're itching to be 16 so you can get your learner's permit or G1 now, as it's called, whatever it's, the titles are nowadays. And I already had that out of my system a long time ago. So it didn't matter to me, right? I learned how to drive standard when I was 8. I learned how to do all that stuff, right? So it didn't matter.
So what was it like? What was it like when you moved to the big city and you had to weed your way through the all the small streets of TO?
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like living on a farm is nothing to hit. All you got to worry about is just not going into the ditch, right? Unless you're in the fields, and then you can just let it rip. Yeah, that was it was the the smaller streets, the volume of traffic, because like you said, like on the farm there's no traffic.
Yeah.
And all the rules, like the stop signs, the yields, and all of that kind of stuff, the traffic lights. You don't have any of that stuff on the farm, so you just went.
Well, yeah, that's insane, man. Like, I've driven in TO many times, but holy crap. I can never get used to it. I never liked it.
I got used to it because I lived there most of my life, right? So
well, yeah, because you lived there, right? I mean,
I lived there from 86 to 2012.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So I literally, like when I got my license and started driving full time, it was in the city of Toronto. Right. And I drove everywhere in the city, everywhere, downtown, uptown, east, west, you name it. Didn't matter. I went everywhere. And I got very comfortable driving in the city. Right. Now that I've been out of the city for such a long time, when I go back, the odd time I go back, I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore. It's like I'm not used to it anymore because where I live now, the traffic is non-existent, right?
But at the same time, a lot of it's changed too, right?
It has changed, but I mean, like the road conditions in the city are so much worse than they are in the suburbs, like the potholes and pedestrian traffic. There's none up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there you have to be vigilant. when
Mhm.
you're making a right or a left, because of pedestrian traffic, obviously, which up here you'd be lucky if you see someone walking on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's changed quite a bit here. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been here, what, 20 years? 20 years, I guess. Yeah, it'll be 20 years this year. And 20 years this July. And wow, what a difference. I mean, it's not a big city.
No, but it's gotten bigger.
It's gotten big, but the
Yeah.
problem is not the space.
Right.
So yeah, the population has grown, and
Oh, you got those condos that went up near your place.
we got more condos
Yeah.
going up on the corner, man. I
Yeah.
mean, fucking, it's just insane. But now, to get from one point to the next point in Burlington, it's like literally it takes you like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Where before it was like, 10, 15 minutes, no problem, tops.
Yeah.
Now it's just so much traffic. So much traffic.
I know.
It's like fucking insane. So
Yeah.
So how about this fucking weather, man?
I know.
What the fuck is going on? I mean, this is like spring.
It is. Yeah.
This is spring.
I
This
love
is
it.
I don't mind it. I mean, I do kind of miss the winter a little bit. I mean, I don't
Not a
like
fan of winter.
I don't like cold.
Nor do I. I don't like snow or cold. And I
Yeah.
don't like the extreme heat either. So this kind
I
of
know.
weather
Yeah.
for me is ideal.
You're fucking weird. You're from Italy.
I am. Well,
And you don't
you know.
like you don't like heat. But then again, you're from what, Northern Italy?
No, central. But it gets
Central.
hot there. It
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
really hot there. In the summertime, you're talking about like 40-degree weather.
And you don't
And
like
humid.
the heat. You don't like the heat.
No, I don't.
Maybe it's from all those years in Manitoba, right?
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, yes, I'm from Italy. Yes, I was born there, but I lived in Canada the majority of my life. I was 8 years old when we emigrated here. I'm going to be 50 in March or this month, next week.
Yeah, holy
Right?
fuck, eh? Holy shit,
So-
eh? You're joining the 50 club.
I am. So for 42 years of my life, I've lived in this country. So it's, for all intent and purposes, I'm Canadian, right?
Well, obviously, but I mean, what when you're living in Manitoba, I mean, people who know what Manitoba's like, it's fucking cold. It gets really fucking cold.
It does. I remember
It's
one year
brutal.
it got close to minus 50 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And we were in the barn with some of our neighbors had come over I can't remember why they were over, but we were in the barn and it was so fucking cold, even inside the barn, because there's no heat in there anyway.
Yeah.
One of my friend's uncle kept telling my friend, "Don't put the zipper in your mouth." What does the idiot do? He puts the zipper in his mouth. At that temperature, the zipper froze to his lip.
Oh,
and his uncle just grabbed it and yanked it off. And he said, "You see, I told you not to fucking put it in there."
Oh, ouch.
That was screaming.
Yeah,
Holy
kind of
shit.
reminds me of the scene in A Christmas Story when the kid fucking puts his tongue up against the metal pole.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
sticks there and sticks
Yeah.
there. Oh,
It was that fucking cold. Like this part here, he was playing with it, right? And his uncle warned him, "Don't put it in your mouth." Sure enough, he does it, and he regretted it.
I guess so. Wow. That's
Like a good
insane.
chunk of his lip too.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but it does get cold there. It gets really cold in the winter, and because you're in you're flat. It's all
It's flat.
there.
Flat.
Like, nothing protects you from the wind.
I mean, Manitoba, Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Up until mid Alberta, like when you start
Yeah.
to get to the mountains, it's different. But
Yeah.
it's flatland, so I mean, you got nothing to protect you from the wind, and it gets blustery, man. Let me tell you.
I bet. Yeah, I've been wanting to do like a cross Canada,
Yeah, you'll fall asleep through the prairies.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone says, going through the prairies.
Trust me, you'll fall.
But
listen, when we finally decided to move to Toronto back in '86,
yeah,
we drove
Mhm.
from where we lived, and we lived close to the Saskatchewan border. So we had to
wow, so
traverse
on the
all
other
of
side,
Manitoba. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had to traverse the majority of Manitoba.
Yeah.
to get to Ontario, and then
And
from
how long does that
Ontario,
take? How long does that take? You know, going from
well,
one
so
end to the
my brother did it. He drove back because he still had some friends there, nonstop, just to stop literally for gas and bathroom breaks. Took him 24 hours
wow.
to get from where we lived in Toronto to where we lived in Manitoba.
Jesus.
So when we packed up and decided to move, obviously we didn't do it in 24 hours. We stopped
Yeah.
to eat,
Mhm.
prop whatever, and we actually had to stay at motels a couple of nights. But from where we are to the Ontario border, it was all flat land and boring. Once you hit the Ontario border, it was a
Yeah.
completely different story. It's like crossing those proverbial train tracks.
Yeah.
The scenery completely changed. You went from being completely flat and nothing to look at to like trees and forests and
Trees everywhere. Yeah.
waterfalls and all, it's not small ones, obviously not huge, but lakes and all of this stuff. And it's like, holy shit.
Well, you
It's like,
you
what a
figure.
difference.
Yeah, well, you figure like Ontario's got a huge portion of the boreal forest, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it does expand into northern Manitoba, does it not?
I've never been to northern Manitoba. But kind of, I mean, people do live there. Like when you're talking about like Churchill and all those places there, but they're not easily accessible places to go to either.
No.
Right. So it's like I've never wandered north Manitoba. The first we went to Saskatchewan a couple of times because we were so close to the border, Saskatchewan. We even went far south to the U.S. border.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Minnesota. But yeah, that's about it. Right. That's about the extent of it. I mean, we were 3 hours away from Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's insane, man. I mean, you think of the horror stories too of people who live in the northern parts
Yeah.
and having to deal with living off the land, and you know it can get brutal. Like the
Mhm.
weather is unforgiving. The
Oh, yeah.
winters are
Yeah.
unforgiving.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. We had a snowstorm in the middle of May once, and the snow drifts against the side of the house were about 6 feet tall.
Yeah, 6 feet tall. Well, did you see? Speaking of that, have you seen what's going on in the Sierra Nevadas?
No.
They're going through a major fucking snowstorm. 10 feet of snow
In
dumped.
Nevada?
Yeah, Reno, Nevada is
Holy shit.
covered.
That's like a desert.
Well, I mean, higher elevations, they do, Lake
Mm.
Tahoe and that they do get snow. It's not unusual because it's a higher elevation, but they never have whiteouts. They've never had a whiteout.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, how are you? I mean, and when you look at the video, you look at the pictures, and you're like, wow. I mean, that's shit that we normally get.
I know. And we didn't get any of that this
We
year.
haven't got. Thankfully, we haven't got any of that.
Yeah. No,
You know?
we've been pretty lucky this year when it comes to snow. We didn't get much at all.
Yeah,
Which not necessarily a good thing, but
it's insane, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. This weather, and I won't go as far as to say it's. I'm not even going to get into that shit.
Well, it's an El Nino year. I know what you're getting.
Yeah,
at.
it's all.
an
Yeah,
El Nino
it's
year.
all Nino.
Yeah, and that causes havoc with the weather patterns. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, yeah, I mean, we've had a very mild winter.
Extremely mild. I mean, tomorrow you're looking at up to 14 degrees, something like that.
Yeah, it's insane
What
for this time of year.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of March.
Yep. That doesn't happen usually until towards the end of the month.
Until the end of March.
Yeah.
And this is when we're usually getting some snow still, some cold weather, whatever. But whatever. I don't know. It's weird. Hey, you like my new shirt?
Oh, nice.
My wife made it. Lenore.
Oh, she made it. Huh? Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? Things that scare people?
Things that scare us have scared us. And I guess how it changes as you get older,
Right.
right? Because obviously things that scared you when you're a kid don't necessarily scare you when you're an adult
Yeah.
and when you get older, right? I mean, example. I mean, what? When you're a kid, do you remember something that frightened you?
Ghosts did frighten me when I was a kid. Yeah. Or the idea of like a haunted house.
The idea of a haunted house frightens
Yeah.
you.
Well, not the idea. Like thinking that a house was haunted scared me as a child.
Yeah.
Right. But that didn't happen until, ironically enough, that we were talking about this, until I moved to Canada. When I was in Italy, I never even heard of any of this stuff.
Oh, really?
No. Mind you, I was also too young. But once we moved to Canada, a couple of years in, when I finally was able to speak the language well enough to understand, um, there was a supposed abandoned farmhouse that was about, I'd say, 10 kilometers away from us,
Yeah.
tops, right? And one night, my brother and sisters, myself, with a couple of friends, school friends, decided, hey, let's go there. I never. This is the first I'm hearing in my entire life. I was maybe what, 9, 10 years old,
Okay.
perhaps, um, of anything remotely that, the term haunted or ghosts or paranormal, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we go and I tag along, and it was obviously dark. It was nighttime. There was no lights in the house. This was abandoned. It's been abandoned for years. And we go inside with flashlights, and it was like stuff strewn all over the place. Looked like someone had gone through and just did like like murdered everybody and threw everything on the floor and that kind of stuff. We saw like dolls lying on the floor with their heads severed, like popped off, right? So we were like, okay, that was kind of spooky. But then after I got over it, I was like, okay, let's play a prank on my sisters and all the other girls that are with us. So we took one of the dolls' heads and we hit it and we went outside and we looked. I think it was one of my sisters that I did it to. I go, hey, look. And I threw the doll head at her. And she's like, ah, she ran away, right? That was kind of fun. But yeah, but that was, I guess, my first introduction to a quote unquote supposed haunted location, because that was the story about this house. The story about that house was that it was haunted,
Mhm.
abandoned, and it was haunted. But we didn't hear anything or experience anything while we were there. It was just a place that was all full of trash.
That's par for the course, though, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of times you go into these places,
Yeah.
and you hear about all the shit that supposedly happened there.
Yeah.
This, the house is cursed, and if you go in there, so something might chase you out or chase you, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you go into this place and nothing happens.
Exactly.
And when you're a kid, the stories are, big and bold and, oh my God, fantastic. And of course you're going to be, oh wow, I want to go check this place out. This sounds really freaky, man. And of course most people would, because hey, you got the nerve to do it. Why not? Let's go check it out, man.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's like going to, explore an abandoned house now, right?
Yeah. Exploring with Carl's got a story apparently. Or
Well,
just Carl.
let's hear it, Carl. You want to come up and tell us your story, Carl? I mean, we could you can come up and tell us your story if you want.
So
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, so like that has changed obviously from then to now. Now the idea of going to a haunted house doesn't necessarily scare me.
Mhm.
What may concern me is going in there and potentially, and again, not that I necessarily believe this wholeheartedly, and I don't, and I'm sort of half and half, like almost like a agnostic about it, because you go in and the worry is, what if there is an entity in there that is malicious,
Yeah.
right? And tries to do some harm, or tries to attach you to get attached to you. That's the concern that, if anything, that I would have nowadays going into a supposed haunted house. Not necessarily that the haunted house is haunted. That part doesn't scare me. It's what might or might not be inside.
But I mean, again, when you're a kid or younger and don't know better, it's haunted, or it
Right.
might be haunted. And when you go into that house, you're kind of freaked out. Okay, look, what's going to happen? Because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the fear of not knowing is really what the fear is that's
Yeah,
going on.
exactly.
And what
Yeah.
frightens you. But when you go in there as an adult, it's not necessarily the fear of the unknown. It's more or less the fear of what will happen. Okay, like, will a floor cave in? Am I gonna
Mm,
fall?
yeah.
Am I gonna hurt myself? Is this place got fucking asbestos? And like, your fears change.
Of course. Like
You
going to that farmhouse that we've gone to. Not that farmhouse. Forgot the name of it. The one in that park that we've gone to a couple of times.
Spruce Lane, yeah.
That's it. Fuck, I'm horrible with names. Anyway, like I have no issue going in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even from the first day, I never had an issue going in there. And that one time when I went in there when I was sick and I got worse, initially I didn't think anything of it because I just said, okay, I'm sick. Looks like I'm getting worse.
Yep.
Until we stepped out and I started getting better.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. Right. That's kind of weird how I got worse when I was in there. And as we stepped out, I got better.
But you
know?
never had that issue ever again. It was just that one time, right?
Just the one time. Yeah. Just the one time.
But I mean, again, other people have had that issue, like Gord.
Yeah.
And again, when we brought Richard in, Richard had his tri-field, and he was picking up some unusual readings in that particular area, and there was nothing that would set out spike those readings the way they were. So it didn't make any sense.
It didn't. And then the last time we went there, when I scared the shit out of Gord in the attic, I made it a point to stay around the same area where I started feeling ill the last time, like around the foot of the stairs there.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Right. So I don't know if it was, I kind of hesitant to say that it was psychological because I did like, how could you know? You go into a house that's supposedly haunted, that it would affect me physically in that sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've heard stories of people going into haunted houses and they get headaches, or, they become even more emotional, or, depending on the scenario.
Yeah.
But to have a cold, go in there, having it become worse, and I literally felt like shit and I felt drained of my energy. And I had to sit down for most of the night. And when we left and we finally went outside, I got my energy back miraculously. Like, how does that even happen? You know what I mean?
That's fucking weird.
And it's not just the fact that I got my energy back, because that was one of the problems.
Yeah.
But I also didn't feel so shitty anymore, as well as me regaining some of the energy I lost in there somehow.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's just really weird how
Yeah.
it plays out. I mean, now, what frightens you now? And again, leading to what we were saying, what frightens you now has changed. I mean, things that may scare you have changed. I mean, what scares you now?
It's hard to say, really. I mean, unless I come across a scenario. I mean, like I said, going to a haunted location in and of itself isn't what scares me anymore. Like even when I went to the Whippy Psych all those times, that wasn't what scared me.
Yeah.
The lore that this place was haunted wasn't the scary part. I was more worried when I was in there, to be honest with you, of any squatters that may have been in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like anybody that may, and we saw evidence of people actually sleeping there. There was mattresses, there was toothbrushes, there was, stuff like. So we saw evidence of people actually living in this abandoned psych hospital, right? That's what worried me more than anything else. And that, and also, having cops show up and saying, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" That obviously is a
What are you
big
guys
worry.
here for?
Yeah, but
We're here to record some audio,
yeah,
officer. We're doing nothing.
yeah. But I mean, the fact that that this place is haunted, that didn't bother me whatsoever. I mean, I even took some skeptics with me one day.
Mhm.
One of the times that we went to visit, and they were scared shitless. They ended up becoming scared shitless after this weird stuff started happening when they were there. You know what I mean? And that's the ironic part, because all the times I'd gone prior, I
Yep.
caught that one EVP.
Uh-huh.
And I believe that one EVP was actually after this incident, because it was because when we finally caught that EVP, I wanted to go back one more time with a bunch more equipment and set up sort of like a base station, but then they had fenced off the whole complex. So this incident that happened with the skeptics happened before the EVP. So nothing had happened up to that point.
Yep.
We hadn't captured anything, on recordings or even on video or anything like that. And then when I bring these two guys up there to that one location, and we start walking from one end of the building to the other in the hallway, we all hear additional footsteps behind us. Everybody stops and looks back and saying, "What the fuck was that?" Right? Anyway, that happened a couple of times when we went back and forth, and these guys wanted to leave after that. I go, "What are you talking about? This is the first building we got to. We just got here, and this is the first building and this is like multiple buildings in this complex, and they wanted to fucking leave right away after this." And I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" It's like, come on. We drove all the way up to Whitby from Toronto, and it's a 45-minute drive each way, and just so you can get scared shitless the first building we go into. What kind of skeptics are you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I was a kid, you had the routine sort of scares, if you will, things that
Yeah.
go bump in the night,
Sure.
and every little sound when you're in bed. I remember this incident happening so vividly, and it still gives me chills. But I remember one and oh god, I forgot all about this. I don't even know if I've even shared this with you, Alex. I think I have, but I can't remember.
Possible.
But I remember I must have been about maybe 13, 14 years old, somewhere around there. And I was sleeping. And I woke up, and I put my glasses on to go to the washroom. And I go to open my door. I'd always sleep with my door closed, bedroom door closed. And I open the door. And as I open the door, all I see is this bloody arm go by the doorway like this, like it's feeling its way. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I slammed the door, and I waited for a little bit longer, and I said, holy fuck, I got to tell my parents there's somebody in the fucking house. I really thought there was somebody in the house. So, I opened the door, I bolted. Have I told you this story?
I don't think you have. No.
I bolted to my parents' room, and I'm dad, trying to wake him up, and I couldn't wake him up. And I said, holy fuck. So, whoever's in the house killed my parents, because I couldn't wake my dad up, right? He was in a deep sleep. He wouldn't wake up. And finally he woke up. He's like, wow, what's going on? There's somebody in the house. There's somebody else. You gotta look, right? And he got up, he jumped up, and I had him search every nook and cranny of that fucking house. And there was nobody there. No signs of anybody being in that house at all. Nothing. And he gave me shit, of course, for waking him up. Deep sleep. But the weird thing about it, Alex, is years later, I did some research, and we lived in these townhouses that were connected through a hallway, right? And they had a basement hallway. So we had basement doors that were linked in a hallway, and you could do your laundry in the laundry room in the basement hallway, sort of thing, right? And I was looking up some old things that had happened in and around the area, and found out that somebody was murdered in the laundry room of that building, like 10 years earlier than that, when that happened.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, is there a connection? Is there a connection that maybe what I had seen was the ghost of this particular person that was murdered?
That's possible. Yeah.
I can't believe I've
Definitely
never
possible.
I can't believe I've
You know
never
what?
told you
No,
that.
you may have told me. I just don't
Yeah.
remember it. I mean, come on, between you and me, we've shared so many different stories throughout the years. It's hard to keep track of all of them.
But yeah,
Um,
that was pretty freaky.
I do remember you telling me a story about, your dad getting mad at you for waking him up. So that might be it. Unless there was other times that you've waken your dad up in the middle of the
No,
night.
I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
the
that's
only.
probably, yeah.
But yeah, it was.
There's some funny stuff that happens in life, and this is why, and I know this is why you're into the paranormal. This is definitely why I'm into the paranormal. Not, and again, I've said this before on the show, and I'll say it again. I'm not doing it to try to prove to everybody else that the paranormal exists. I'm doing it to prove to myself that the paranormal exists.
That there's something there, yeah.
Right. Because I can have what seems to me irrefutable proof that the paranormal exists, because I've experienced ABC, and I have XYZ evidence, quote unquote, right? And I can correlate the two because I was there. But when I go and tell somebody else, they are like, yeah, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
It's my word against theirs.
Yep.
Right. And even if I show them this, the quote unquote evidence, you hear more often than not where it's like, oh yeah, it was fake or whatever. You can't win in this field. You cannot win in this field, or even in ufology and crypto. It's very difficult to prove what you're trying to prove. So I don't bother. I'm not doing it for everybody else. I'm not doing it for people who are listening to the show on UVisions or on YouTube. It may make for entertainment, but I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing it for me, right? I want to prove to myself that this stuff exists. I want to prove to myself that there's something beyond our physical life. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm doing it.
Absolutely. I agree. It's for me, it's always been a personal journey. But obviously sharing it over the years with others, and with SOPS, Southern Ontario Paranormal Society. And wow, next year is going to be 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
20 years since SOPS has been, together. And I can tell you that there's been a lot of fucking stories to tell.
I'm sure.
There's so many
years,
so many stories there. It's incredible. It baffles, it just amazes me to think, wow, 20 fucking years. And the places, the people, and the stories and the investigations and so on that we've experienced. It's just wow.
I know. When you think back, and I have those moments too with my life as well, in thinking, because life can get you down. Gets everybody down every now and again, right?
Yeah.
And when I feel like that, I try to think back on my life, because one of the things that happens when you're down and out, sort of, so to speak, is that you feel like you haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
but we have,
Yep.
right? If you really think about it, like especially in the paranormal field,
Mhm.
or even in life in general, like some of the things that I've done outside of the show, like I've gone and done a past life regression. How many people can say they've done that?
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
lot of people who are interested in doing it, but how many people have actually done it? You know what I mean? I've gone out and done it,
Mhm.
and I've had an interesting experience doing it, right? Uh,
I
call
think
it
of
what you will, but I mean, it's an interesting experience,
well,
right?
yeah, I think about all the people that I've met, that we've met,
Yeah,
along this, you know,
journey. Yeah,
with the paranormal, with investigating it, and again with the radio show,
that's right.
which we've been covering the paranormal and a lot of other stuff, but I mean mainly the paranormal
Yep.
that we've met, and conversed, and and we call friends now
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah.
That if we hadn't have been a part of it, we'd never know. I mean, you and I probably wouldn't have met,
Right.
you know,
Exactly. No, we wouldn't have. Definitely wouldn't have.
if
That's
it
the thing.
if it wasn't for that, I probably would never have ever thought about doing, getting nocturnal frequency radio started,
Yeah.
or SOPs, you know. But there was this interest in things that used to scare me when I was a kid. The paranormal, the unknown. That
Mhm.
said, look at, I want to know more. Hey, Crazy John, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. I want to know more.
Yeah.
And thankful that I did what I did. I took the course, the route that I decided to take in that sort of fashion,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and thankfully, I'm well prepared tonight. I've got my Space Raiders,
Nice.
spicy Space Raiders tonight. And that scares me when the local British shop doesn't fucking have them in stock.
Hmm.
But I'll tell you, I'm happier than a pig in shit if they have it in stock.
Is that where you got it from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off. I had the pickled onion. I love the pickled onion ones, and I didn't get them. I got the other ones. Okay, now I have to go back and get some pickled onions.
Actually, we got a British shop here in Bolton too. I should check it out. See what they got.
Dude, get some fucking Space Raiders. They're so fucking good.
Yeah.
The
I'll
pickled
see. I'll
the
see if
pi-
I can.
yeah, the pickled onion ones are the best. Oh God, they're so good. They're so fucking addictive.
Are they
Hey, you know what?
crisps?
Yeah, no, these are corn puffs. And they don't use no fucking MSG, which is cool. There's no MSG in them.
MSG is great.
Well, I know it is, but there's none in that.
As Uncle Roger says, it's the king of flavor.
King
You
of
ever heard?
flavor.
You ever
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
Uncle
Yeah,
Roger?
yeah. Uncle
Yeah,
Roger. Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
um,
King of flavor.
I guess we'll open things up in the second half.
Sure.
We'll get people who have some stories and whatever else who would like to join us up here on the panel and talk about shit that used to scare them, or what scares you, guys. What scares you? What the hell scares you? Come on, you can't tell me something doesn't scare you. Everybody's got a nagging thing in the back of their fucking brain that's been scaring them for years, right?
I'll tell you what scares me now. It's tax season.
No, it doesn't scare me, man. Believe it or not, it doesn't scare me.
Mm,
No, it doesn't scare me. You know why?
why?
Exactly, Mars. Exactly. um, because I get extra taxes taken off, so
Hmm.
everyone worries about putting them in GICs and fucking RSPs. Hey, Kevin, look at Kevin. Holy shit! Where the fuck is?
Kevin.
Where's
Oh,
that guy? Where the hell's that guy been?
I know. He's
What
been,
the
he's been hiding.
hell? He's been hiding, man. Here we go. It's one of two. Waiting for two.
Yeah, he's typing.
Yeah.
He's probably in the shitter while listening to us.
Yeah. How many of you guys watching us on the big screen on your big TVs? Right?
Here's the problem. Unless you have one of those wireless keypads, if you're watching on the smart TVs, you're not going to be able to comment.
Well, I know. Well, you can if you got an Apple TV, I think.
Yeah, but you need those wireless keyboards. That's what I'm saying. So unless you have one of those, you're not going to be able to comment.
Well, that's why you got your phone in front of you. You just do it on your phone.
So you're watching it on both the phone and the big screen?
Well, no, you just if you want to make a comment, you just open it up and comment on your phone.
Or you just cast it from your phone to the TV.
Yeah.
And then comment as you go along, I guess.
Sure. Oh, wait a sec. We gotta. Okay. Just checking. Yeah. We're gonna take a short break here in a few minutes. For New Visions Radio Network, which we are live on. If you guys are listening to us live on the New Visions Radio Network, you should pop on over here to the YouTube channel. Okay, wait. 202. Casting away. He's watching on his TV and his phone. See?
There you
See?
go. But he's
See that?
casting it from his phone. That's why he can comment.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah. Because that's
Yeah.
how I watch my YouTube videos upstairs. I just watch it through my
That's
TV.
how I do. I watch it on the Fire Stick.
Yeah.
Right. But
the Rogers Ignite box comes with the app, like the YouTube app, along with everything else, and I can just launch it from there and watch whatever YouTube video I want.
Yeah. Fucking cable. I want to get rid of cable.
I know.
I'm to the point where I just want to get rid of it.
If it wasn't for the sports, the live sports, I'd probably get rid of it too.
I think I don't care, man. I'll probably go with IPTV, man. I think so. It's a lot fucking cheaper, and I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and they're saying it's pretty good. Hey, Gary, how are you?
Yeah, no, it's good.
He's commenting from his Android TV from England. Well, thank you, Gary.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you got the keyboard too. But yeah, IPTV is fine. I know a couple of people who have it. It's pretty good. The only concern is, and I know I've read this multiple times, and I don't know how they're going to do this, but I know the companies here in Canada are they want to start to crack down on that.
What, IPTV?
Yeah.
It's completely legal, though. You pay a subscription. There's
no. Well, yes and no, depending on what you're talking about. There are those services that you pay a subscription, but they're not technically legal.
Well, there are certain things, but I mean, there's certain things that are technically legal.
But they definitely want to crack down on the those Cody boxes and all that. And they can you're a lot of people are like,
well, they already have what they're doing. What they're doing with Cody now is they're blocking the sites that Cody the add-ons extract torrents from.
Yeah.
So they're blocking those sites. So you'll go to your favorite, say Curse of Oak Island, episode 11, and then what happens is when you go to click it, depending on which add-on you're using, it'll search and say no available add-on, and that's simply because your provider is blocking your IP address from. But I mean, if you get a VPN, that you can get around that no problem, right? Again, VPNs are great.
They are, if you get a good one. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Some VPNs are like fucking
garbage,
molasses.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, the
servers are slow.
I like Nord. Nord is pretty good. Nord VPN is pretty good.
I've heard good things about Nord.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I decided to go with them. They're not bad. I mean, I still gotta figure out what I mean, it's interesting what I can get on, during a search if I've got my IP address set for the UK, for instance.
Hmm.
And of course, certain things won't pop up because they're illegal in the UK. But I mean, if you jump to a US IP server, you get all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
It's like when you go eat in the States, right? They literally, a meal for one is literally a meal for five.
Oh yeah.
I'm not kidding you, right?
Oh, I know. I remember going to Iron Island. Was it Iron Island with you?
Iron Island, yeah.
And we stopped to eat
Yep.
beforehand.
hmm
And the portion sizes were massive.
Fuck, they're massive.
Like, no wonder you guys are so fucking fat down here. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know that's rude and all that, but still,
But
I mean,
it's
come on.
true. It's
It is.
fucking true.
It is true.
Like we popped down to Niagara Falls, New York on Thursday. Did a bit of shopping and we went into, hey, here we go. Typical Canadian thing. We went into an Olive Garden and had lunch, right? But I just wanted the lunch size,
Yeah.
and they brought the lunch size. I couldn't even finish the lunch size.
It's like the large burrito, a big fat burrito.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude,
Right?
I know. It's like it's insane. It's like, why would you? Anyway, whatever.
But you know what it is because they give you endless fucking salad and fucking breadsticks. So you're fucking stuffing your face with the salad and breadsticks.
And the breadsticks is what fills you up. It's bread.
Yeah, the breadsticks
It's gonna fill you up.
right? So by the time the pasta comes out, you're fucking full.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to open up the lines. We want to hear your stories. If somebody wants to come up on the panel, by all means, click the link when I make it available in the second half. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're close to 1K here. I'm working on the first trailer for the Dark Woodlot. And then I'm working on the first actual episode of the Dark Woodlot. All these are going to be the trailer will be released before, but the first episode will be released after we hit the 1K mark. So guys, get us there, and you get to see the first
Spread
episode.
the word.
You get to see the first episode of the Dark Woodlot. Come on, guys. Come on. Anyways, so we're gonna take a break here. When we come back, we're gonna take your stories. We're gonna take your, if you want to come up on the panel, blah blah blah, all that. Don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, you're on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know. Is anybody watching on Twitch? Nobody's watching on Twitch.
No.
I think it's time to drop Twitch.
I think so.
And by the way, Kick isn't supported with StreamYard.
I didn't think so.
So Kick is a no-go.
I think Kick is primarily a gaming.
Well, so is Twitch, right?
No, I know, but Twitch has kind of evolved a little from the gaming to have videos like this and other stuff. But nevertheless, yeah.
True. Very, very true. Okay. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching and listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here on the New Visions Radio Network. And of course, YouTube. We'll be right back.
Good evening. I'm Richard Palmisano, the founder of the Searcher Group. It's a paranormal company, the oldest in Canada. I founded in 1979, which not only makes me old, but makes me doing paranormal research and field work for just under 45 years now. I am also an author, researcher, and lecturer on the paranormal. I've written 6 books now. And I really enjoy coming on with Steve and Alex on Nocturnal Frequency Radio, as well as listening to the shows, because there's a lot of interesting guests there. I like it, looking at this stuff, because it opens your mind to other options and other alternative thoughts. And, there's always time to learn new things. So I hope you join us and come and see Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Thank you.
So let me ask you, what makes for good radio?
My 5 favorite songs all day long.
Play it again.
No.
As many commercials as physically possible.
What? No, why would that be good?
Great music, great talk shows, no commercials.
Precisely. New Visions Radio gives you no commercials, no nonsense, just the best new music and the best talk all day long, 24/7, 365. NewVisionsRadio.com.
Hey guys, Kristen here, host of the Paranorm Girl podcast, a bingeable exploration and deep dive education about the paranormal for the skeptical believer. Some of my past season topics have included shadow people, Mandela effect, demons, and UFOs. Currently, I am tackling Bigfoot. I have been sharing this journey with my audience since early 2021, and I have learned a lot these last few years. It's truly a mysterious world out there beyond our perceptions, and reality is just not what it seems. I have also, since the start, met some awesome folks like Alex and Steve, and I've really enjoyed watching and learning from them and also joining them on their show. Their guests are always outstanding, their listeners are just the coolest, and these hosts are some of my favorite people. I recommend their show to anyone looking for an intelligent and fun conversation about the paranormal amongst friends. So join me on my investigation, join Steve and Alex on theirs, and enjoy. Now back to the show. You are watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio.
And welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, here live on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, simulcasting on our YouTube channel. Alex, Crazy John's picking on the 70s porn dude.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What's he saying?
This guy like this guy like his cheese with a name like that. He likes his cheese with a name like that. All right. Let's hey Brady, how are you? So we'll open it up. Anyone have any let us know
Weird and wacky stories.
weird and wacky stories.
I'm not talking pornographic.
You want to join us on the round? Okay, let me just hey Daniel, how are you? Pin that to the top, and there we go. So anyways, yeah, it's like it goes without saying that things that frighten you as a kid change
Yes.
as you get to be an adult. And
yeah, because you learn more as you get older, obviously.
well, that's the thing, right? You learn.
Yeah.
And I think
ideally,
I think the paranormal is like that too.
yeah.
The paranormal is like that too, where when you get into the paranormal, everything's paranormal. And then you start to quickly learn that a lot of things that you thought was paranormal is not paranormal. There's an explanation. Right?
That's right. We were paranormal before paranormal was paranormal.
Paranormal was paranormal. Do we even have? Oh, we got to play that.
And I opened up a whack can of worms there.
We got to play it. We got to play
fuck.
it. Fucking play it. Hold on. Let's see if we can find it. I mean, that's
you should send me that file so I can upload it to my Rode and just play it at will.
Will do. Where are we? We were paranormal was paranormal. Let's see. I think it's here. Paranormal was paranormal before paranormal. Oh, where are we, guys? Okay, you know what? Of course, I can't find it. Go figure. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, did you find it?
Here we go. Got it. Here we go. Just loading up. Here we go.
We were paranormal before paranormal was cool. Yeah. Paranormal pandemic, paranormal realm, paranormal team, paranormal paralysis. Yeah. Paranormal investigators, paranormal unity, paranormal paranormal. Chris and I were paranormal before paranormal was cool. We were paranormal before paranormal was.
But I mean, that's how many times they said paranormal
throughout the show.
Yeah. And I put it all together. We were paranormal before paranormal was paranormal. Before paranormal was cool.
It's classic.
But yes, Carl. Paranormal clickbait. Exactly. It's like we titled this show a while ago. We called it, what do we call it? Putting the porn back into the paranormal.
Yeah, something like that.
And you want to talk about clickbait? People are like, porn. What?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, that works, man.
It does work. And then there was another one where I said, we're all going to hell. That was another one. I put that and it was clickbait. People going to hell. I gotta check this show out. What's this about? We're all going to hell.
Yeah, the what you titled the episode definitely does have an impact.
Oh, absolutely.
On how many views you get.
Absolutely. It's well, people look for those catchy titles.
Yeah.
They look for those titles that wait a sec. What? crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know what I've found about YouTube though? Although it does have its trolls, it doesn't have the gremlins that BTR ever had.
That's right.
You know? BTR had its gremlins.
Oh, Lord, did it ever.
You know? I mean, people calling up the show. I'm still looking for that one. The leprechaun one.
Oh,
And you know, talk about
Leprechauns.
strange folks that we pass in the nighttime. How are we, John? How you doing, sir?
Not so bad. Not so bad.
Good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. What's new and exciting?
Ooh. The weather's changing.
Is it nice? Is it nice and warm there now?
Not warm. It's still cold. Like we still got the last dregs of winter. But we're in March. We're in March now. So spring's on the way.
But have you guys had a cold winter though?
No, it's been rather mild this year.
Yeah,
it's
same here.
Been really mild here. Extremely mild.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's been hovering around 0 or just above 0.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's still pretty cold. Like.
It's well for us.
It's not
cold is like -10, -20.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's two words for that. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. So how cold does it get? Like, what's the coldest it gets there, John?
Oh, probably about what 12.
And we're talking Celsius here, right?
No, 12 degrees.
Yeah, Celsius.
I don't know what Celsius is. I ain't got a clue.
Okay.
It's 12 degrees. Like
well, they're
sometimes it goes in the zeros, like But
yeah, they're on the same system as us.
Yeah.
Because there certainly wouldn't be 12 degrees Fahrenheit.
No. That'd be no. It's I think sort of January we had the frost. February's been rather mild, and we've gone flying through February as well, haven't we? So quick, even though we had 29 days, it's just flown through, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a leap year this year. That's right.
Yeah,
29 days in February.
A leap year.
That a leap year. Sorry, that must be pretty fucked up. Yeah, I was born on February 29th.
Yeah, 4 years of age, isn't it?
I'm 5 years old.
Isn't that fucked up?
It is.
How do you keep track of that?
You don't.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I wouldn't know it. Anybody who's been born on the 29th, please let us know like what it's like.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're born on the 29th, you can't celebrate it every year because there's not a leap year.
No, but they celebrate on March,
you got that
March
stage,
1st.
March 1st? Is that how it is?
They usually celebrate it on March 1st. But I remember reading an article not too long ago about this woman who was born February 29th.
Yeah.
And gave birth to her, I think, first child on February 29th.
See, that's just holding it in it, holding it in.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to have it on the 29th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa!
29th.
See that cat then? I thought cat just jumped out of the background like
the 29th. Alex, I want to play that fucking thing that you sent me because I mean that is cool. I'm gonna play it. Okay.
Yeah, play it.
Hold on, let me just load it up here.
It's gonna be audio only, unfortunately.
I'll tell you an interesting story after you've loaded that video up about what's behind me, where that boiler is.
Well, why don't you tell the story now while Steve's loading it up?
Yeah. All right. Well, years ago, like I had the room set up different, so in front of me is like the door, and I had a chair there, and at the corner of my eye, one day or one evening, I saw a black shape where that boiler is behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was only like brief, like split second.
So what did it have you thinking? What were you thinking when you saw that?
But I've told the story before about seeing a shape before, like so.
Yeah.
To see it again, it's, in this house was interesting. Like, I mean, these houses are old. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say that's an old house.
160-year-old this year.
Oh, crap.
I see your
So
cat turning the cat is turning its
see
head.
the eyes
and
on it, like
yeah,
the eyes.
yeah, that's awesome, man.
Awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
Like a demonic cat.
If I hadn't got my headphones on, then it would shit me right up because he just does that. He just leaps like all of a sudden, like ah.
All right, let me load
But
this.
yeah, this house, like not much has happened. My mother lived in it for about 12 years, like before, because I moved away and let her live in it. And she said, like, she never had anything really weird happen in it, but every now and again something would fall over, like that was on a tabletop or something, just like fall off.
All right, here we go.
So I don't know.
What do you think I'm playing, Alex?
You know, see the orbs like flying through on the cameras, like there's
Yeah,
orbs going on.
I see them flying through there every once in a while.
Yeah.
What were you thinking I was going to play, Alex?
That's the video I sent you on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's audio only because you're not going to be able to see the actual video. Not that it matters.
Sure
It's
you
just the guy
can.
talking.
Oh, you can see it. Look. See?
There you go.
Those 3D glasses that are red on one side and blue on the other, and you get them in movie theaters. He cut them up so that the lenses were separate, and he stapled them together, and he taped it on top of his lens for his iPhone. And what that did, I'm not sure he understood how that was happening, what was going on, but he somehow knew to do that. I don't know how he knew to do that without knowing what he was doing, but he taped them on top of the lens. The red lets in infrared. The red and the blue together blocks out almost all visible light. And so the light that can get through is going to be the infrared stuff. There's not much ultraviolet light in the atmosphere, so it's really mostly infrared. And so what happens is the phone gears up its automatic gain control to try to get any light what at all. But there is no visible light that's coming in because of the red and the blue together. So what he ends up getting is mostly the ultraviolet, mostly the infrared. And he started taking videos with his iPhone with this makeshift thing of the Washington, D.C. area, and he started to get a whole bunch of UFOs. Interesting configurations, different shapes, and everything. So the Washington, D.C. area was like filled with them. And these were things on demand, any 10-minute period that he would do it. He came to us with Excel spreadsheets, which had aeronautical data, all types of everything, the analysis of it, how you analyze distance, speed, size, everything. And then he came to us with recommendations for things he didn't even have. He said, what you need is a GH6 camera. He didn't even have one, but he knew we needed a GH6. And he knew that we needed to send it to a specific company called lifepixel.com, to have it converted. Now, there are other places that do conversion. What they do is they take the sensor, and the sensor of all cameras has a glass filter on top of it that blocks out infrared and ultraviolet, because you don't want that in your images. However, that glass filter on top of the sensor has to be removed. Once you take the filter off of the sensor, you have to put another filter on top of the lens. He knew all about that. He didn't have any of that, but he knew all about that. And to tune into the bandwidth that you want in the electromagnetic spectrum to get the exact infrared spectrum part that you want. And so then he showed us a lot of videos on our big screen in our own office, standing up with a laser pointer and everything, showing the videos of these UFOs that were very clearly UFOs. And then he also talked about the frame rate issue because they go so fast. The thing about the GH6, why it was unusual, is you have to shoot wide angle because you can't see these things. They're invisible, both because of some stealth technology that you can see them only in infrared. And secondly, they're going 20,000 miles an hour. So it could be the size of the Titanic. You're not going to see it if it's 20,000 miles an hour. So We shot it at 120 frames a second. It was like, this is one of those experiences you have only once or twice in your whole life. You do something first time out, and like it's right in front of you. In 10 minutes, we had like 30, 40 UFOs right over my house, and some of them, and they were swooping down like Star Wars jet, like Star Wars TIE fighters.
Swooping.
The Star Wars Jedi.
Swooping.
That'd be so cool if you were able to fucking capture these supposed UFOs and using that technique he was talking about.
I could easily try it.
What, you got 3D glasses?
I'd be a bit worried if there was the
I'm sure they're not too
Titanic
difficult to
was,
find.
flying around at 20,000 miles.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 3D glasses.
There you
Same
go.
here.
So you just cut them out. You staple them together.
Yep,
And you put them over your iPhone lens.
that's right.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Sounds great.
We'll try it. We'll give it a shot. See.
Staple it over your phone, like.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what kind of anomalies we might be able to find.
You never know, like we never know.
You never know. That's scary.
Scary, yeah. To answer your question, like what scares me?
Yeah,
Bowel
yeah.
cancer.
What scares you?
What scares me? Bowel cancer.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that would scare any male, man. Holy fuck. Nut cancer? Jesus. That would definitely scare. That would definitely scare any guy who would fucking in the right mind.
Somebody gave me that, like, yeah. Jesus Christ, like, wow.
Well, I think something that might be a little bit more fucking serious. It would be like fucking elephantitis of the nuts.
Oh fuck.
Gangrene.
Jesus.
Oh, what's that?
Gangrene.
That's yeah.
Elephantitis.
Elephantitis. What's that?
Well, it's check it out. You go on YouTube and you type in guy with elephantitis of the groin area, and you'll see, man. There's a few videos of guys that have had it. ALS, yeah, ALS would be very scary.
Yeah,
absolutely,
definitely. That'd be the life ender. That would like,
yeah.
Jesus, get me out of here now.
Dementia or fucking Parkinson's. All those would be fucking scary. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, non-stop. Like.
And again, those are part and parcel with how we think is scary as we get older. Because I mean, this is shit we don't have a clue of what half this shit is when we're kids, right? I mean,
no, never heard of stuff like that. Now, like back then, did you? Like,
no.
It's like today, somebody says you can do a test online, like for ADHD.
Yeah, So yeah, it's
fuck me, do that again. That frightens me as well. Like.
There's a lot of things that frighten people as they get older, and obviously one of the biggest is mortality. People drone on their mortality.
That death is I don't know what would death be like.
And
something to look forward to, or just here we go.
And that's
that's it.
Is it the end all be all, or is it the transition into something new?
I mean, it was something else.
Yeah, I mean, we all like to think that, right? I mean, it's like life after death is it real life, or is there nothing? I mean, yeah, that strikes fear in everybody. I mean, everybody has their time when they face that. Obviously, some people knowing that they're heading that way, and others, it's like throws them for a loop, and you don't know, and bang, you're dead.
I mean, you could come back as something you just like be the worst thing in the world, like come back as a cow and end up dead.
Yeah,
again.
Exactly, Daniel. Inevitable. It can happen at any time. Absolutely.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And
as we get older, I mean, it is something that we we think about more and more. You know, it's like, how old am I gonna, how old am I gonna live to? You know,
51.
I don't know. Like
51. That's only what, a couple years off for you.
Well, 1
thinking,
year.
Yeah, 1 year.
who was it? Just somebody that recently like died at a pretty young age. Like, was it 45? Like, that's pretty young. 59 as well. Somebody I know of just died recently. Like, oh yeah, a mate of mine from school. Like, he's about 4 years younger than me. Like, and he just died all of a sudden. Like,
See that? Yeah, that's the
You know.
scary thing, and I hear that
Yeah.
quite often too. I mean, people I went to school with. Oh yeah, hey, did you hear about what? Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah.
You know?
You think, well, what the hell happened? Like, just for him to die? Was it a short illness, or was it something else? Like,
And
There's
that's
too
another
many
thing.
people dropping at the moment.
As you get older, again, you hear that quite often. People that you hung around with, or people you work with, or
Yeah.
relatives, or whatever. It's just you hear it more often.
You get more upset like when you find out they're younger. I mean,
Yeah.
the old boy James that I knew, like he was like, I think he just hit 50.
Wow.
And that's not good, is it?
No, I mean, was I frightened to hit 50? No, I wasn't frightened to hit 50. I figured, fuck, 50's. You treat 50 as you would with life. Period. I mean, if
Every day's a bonus, like when you hit 50, isn't it?
yeah, I mean,
That's very reassuring.
I mean, 50. You treat 50. It's how you feel. Like, I mean, do you feel, like, do you feel young, Alex? Do you feel young?
Yeah, I feel young.
So I mean, there you go. I mean,
I don't know.
My body starts to complain.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
there's days that I feel like, yeah,
the body complains all the time. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, between now I'm going to hit 55 here this year.
Oh, right.
And
54 in the next few weeks, like.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think about it. I mean, I don't want to think about it.
Do you know what? To me, it's just another day.
Yeah.
So
I
they're going to celebrate your birthday. Nah, it's just another.
I mean, more and more, you let's face it, you get these mysterious fucking pains and aches and
oh god,
illnesses and shit like that. But I mean,
wake up and feel like death.
I'm not gonna die. I'm still here. Fuck you.
I don't know. I get problems like every day. Like I get him very. I think I've got angina coming on. Like and I keep getting pains in this part of my arm. Like it's on this side.
Daniel,
yeah, that could be heart related, or it could be
on the left side, yeah,
or it could be angina, which is angina's in my family, like so.
Yeah, I think it's in my family too. Crazy John, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Daniel's asking.
Daniel, where do I see myself in 10 years? I don't know. It'll be a miracle if I'm still alive. It really will. I've got a funny feeling I'm not going to make my 60s. I really do think that's going to happen. When you have a heart rate like one day, like right, no word of a lie. I went in the doctor in the chemist, and they had this Japanese guy, taking the chemist over, and he's like said to me, "Oh, can I take you in the back room?" I went, "What? Hey?" And he's going, "Oh, take you in the back room and just do your blood pressure, like." So he did my blood pressure, and it came up 198. That's stroke.
What?
Yeah,
Holy
198, man,
shit.
over 100 and fucking.
198.
Yeah, that's stroke territory, like
Yeah.
So 201, that is stroke territory.
Ooh.
So,
yeah, but you said you were they have you on medication now.
Oh yeah,
I'm
doing
that shit.
Yeah, I'm on bisoprol like every morning, and I'm on Remtril every night.
Yeah, holy shit.
And it's got it down like to what at the moment 155, which is still pretty high.
That's still pretty. That's a high. That's high.
Yeah. So
I mean, what's a high norm? 153. 150.
I'd say no. Normal is 135.
135. Sorry. Yeah.
The lowest mine has been was like 116.
The
Wow.
lowest?
The
Yeah.
lowest.
The lowest.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't have a heart.
You don't have a heart. Yeah, but the other one, the diastolic is the one that you have to really
Well, I
worry
think
about.
that's about something like 120, 130.
That one should be low.
Yeah, definitely. Everything should be low.
Yeah.
But I mean, I stopped doing the bicep roll. I thought, oh, I was all right. When I got it down to like 145, I thought, oh, I'm all right. So then I stopped doing the tablets, and then it went back up again to a 175. And the doc, and then they're going, why you stop doing the bicep roll? I said, I thought it was all right. They went, no, carry on doing it till we tell you to stop doing it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to see the doctor on the 5th, like, and I'm going to, mention about the arm, like, because I think I'm on the fucking verge of something, like, I really do. The body's telling me every day, like, tells you every day when you get up, you feel like shit for like 45 minutes. Struggling, breathing, out of breath.
It's a challenge every day.
It is getting out, go downstairs. I mean, where I live,
Here
I've got
we
a
are.
toilet
Here
downstairs.
we are welcoming Alex into the 50s.
Yeah, he's got it all.
It's really not that bad.
Prostate
Alex,
years as well. Like that's
it's
another.
really not that bad.
Well, no,
Can't
it is.
wait.
It is when you got a doctor sticking his finger up your ass. Like.
Oh.
Up your ass.
Hey,
sorry.
if I'm going for one of those exams, and the doctor says, "Okay, can you feel it?" He goes, "Yeah." Ta-da!
Yeah,
I'm running.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like, I'm not really into it one bit. Like, the rubber glove goes on. Like, you went, oh no. He's like that. Oh, I see some problems around the anal area. Like,
I say, miracle cure is whole psyllium husk, John. Whole psyllium husk will keep you healthy as a fucking ox.
I've seen this liquid, like there was an advert. You get these adverts for some strange reason. There was an advert come up with some liquid for IBS, which is like a colorless, tasteless liquid. Drink it and it sorts out IBS, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bet it'll cost something like 25 fucking quid, like, won't be cheap.
Acid reflux. Yeah, acid reflux is a
Oh,
pain.
horrible,
Yeah.
man. I got that at the moment, acid reflux.
Yeah, acid reflux is a pain.
Hate
in the
it.
butt.
Absolutely. Like, my father used to take loads of tablets for that every day. Like.
And then he's talking about polyps. Oh yeah, wonderful fucking.
Oh yeah, polyps. Yeah.
Go for the
Doctor Death there, like, yeah.
Oh, the old in out. Drink this clear liquid, and you're gonna be shitting your pants.
I mean, imagine having Crohn's disease. I mean, that's another one. Like,
Yeah, a friend of mine, actually, a close friend of mine, he's had to deal with it, and he's done a pretty good job.
Yeah,
my wife has it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Horrible.
I mean, there are people who can handle it and do a good job, and then there's others that just.
It also depends on what stage. I mean, how severe it is. I mean, thankfully for my wife, it wasn't a severe
It's
case.
not a severe
Oh,
case.
right. Yeah.
I know someone who passed away
with it
because of Crohn's.
Do you know what? There's a guy we have in this country called Ali Carr, who's a snooker player.
Yeah.
Right. And he has Crohn's disease. And a couple of years ago, he went in for a general checkup and he had cancer.
Oh.
And he got through it. He beat it. And he's on now like every 6 month checkups, like, sure sign something, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I go in for a regular eye exam and find out I got a fucking
detached retina.
Detached retina. It's like, what the fuck?
Fuck me, like.
I'll just punch you in the eye and reattach it.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? I don't even remember anything that would fucking, cause that to happen. But whatever. Thankfully,
I know it could be anything, like just having a fucking strong shit, like could do it.
Yeah.
Like,
thankfully, it's
straining on the toilet, like,
Yeah, exactly.
like Elvis, like.
But thankfully, with whole psyllium husk, you don't have to worry about straining.
Yeah,
it's like butter.
Lux, yeah.
Salute.
What they call that? What they call that stuff? X-lax.
Yeah. Would you like some popcorn?
Oh man, talking about X-Lax, that brings back memories.
Oh yeah, X-Lax.
Crazy stuff.
We
X-Lax.
an old friend of mine and I, this is going back when we were like kids, like we were literally like 8, 9. We played a joke on his little sister, poor girl.
Oh, wow.
We got the chocolate X-Lax.
Oh fuck.
And we
My
spread it on a
God.
piece of toast like it was Nutella and gave it to her. She was going to the shitter the whole night.
That's it. Yeah. Non-stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Oh, I remember this guy I was working with. He would never he would never eat. He would just drink coffee. Right, that was it. Just drank coffee and smoked.
Wow.
And I remember we got this herbal laxative shit, and we put it in his coffee.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And the whole night he was like, I don't know what's wrong with this boy, but I've been
Every time he broke wind,
but
like,
I've been taking I've been shitting a lot. I don't know why I'm shitting a lot, man.
every time you fucking fart, you're afraid.
Oh fuck! And the guy, it's like, I don't get it. I haven't eaten much. I don't have much of shit. What the hell's going on? I can't.
What's happening with me? Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta go again.
The coffee's coming out like in liquid, like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Poor
Laxatives.
Poor guy. Never
I don't know.
figured it out. Never figured it out.
Trying to remember what it was that gave me that once. I remember eating these mints. We get these like these like cough sweet lit things, and I was eating loads of them, and it says on there, be careful, like, because in the end of the day it'll cause laxative feelings, you know. Sure enough, it did. Like, you know, I ate so many of them, it just turned everything to mud. Yeah.
See, folks, this is what really scares you.
Yeah, this is what we are drifting away from what scares.
That's called the Hershey Highway, man.
The Hershey Highway. Yeah, don't eat fisherman's friends like cough sweets. Like, don't eat too many of them. They give you.
I don't eat them at all.
They work like laxatives.
Yeah, I would highly suggest introducing more fiber in your diet.
Type of shit that floats on the toilet water, like, you know.
Like I said, whole psyllium husk will sort that out for you, Daniel.
It's like a full pack. Yeah, packets.
It's like fucking sandpaper, buddy. It's like sandpaper. You take it on an empty stomach, you'll be shitting out whatever.
What's this? What
there's certain things, like, I know certain times like you can eat something and it'll just clear everything out. All of a sudden you just get that urge. Like that. It's like renting in fucking Trainspotting, like
straining. I feel sorry for some of you know, oh, here we go, toilet talk.
Yeah. How did it go from the paranormal to toilet
I
talk?
know
paranormal to toilet.
You're sitting down and you know the guy sits down next to you and he's like,
Yeah.
Oh god, the smell that you can taste, like
it's not coming out. And then all of a sudden you hear a little pop, pop.
Or you hear somebody go in the cubicle next to you and they just evacuate their entire bowels, like in one go. Like,
Oh man.
Oh, those are the worst. Eh?
Then it stinks as well after, like, as well. Yeah. I've only ever had it once, like, where it literally bubbled in the toilet.
Oh, the worst is when you're gonna sit down on that toilet and just let it all go.
Oh no, literally, like I had it one day. I was walking home and I got that fucking sudden feeling, like that, and I'm like that. And then you got that funny walk. And then literally walked in to the house. It was about 25, 40 yards.
How the fuck did it stray off into toilet talk?
I don't know, but I was just nocturnal really quickly, like, because I literally flew in and I flew up the stairs. And I was like doing 4 steps in one go, like that. Got to the toilet, blink of an eye, like trousers down, like that was it. Everything out, and it bubbled in the toilet. It's the only time I've ever heard shit bubble in the water, like, you know.
Bubble. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
No, I've never heard it since. I've only had it happen to me once.
Oh,
It was like a
The-
fizz bomb.
fizz bomb.
Yeah. Let's go back on the
Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't.
Oh,
Eat
they're
these.
great for your space raiders, man.
Maybe I
Wow.
shouldn't have ate these, huh?
No, they're good. They're definitely.
I love these.
I'll tell you what's the worst one. Like is eating those sweet pickled onions. Like,
Ooh.
wow, that's like a laxative on its own. That's
Well, yeah, those pickled onions and leeks.
I know a
wild
guy.
leeks.
Yeah, he dropped his guts in the car once, like, and we nearly threw up.
What?
Yeah, we're in the car, like, right. We're driving to Burger King.
Burger King. Well, that'll drop your guts.
Well,
for sure.
literally, we parked up outside Burger King, and he literally dropped his guts, like, in the back of the car. And we literally got out the car within seconds, and we were like that. I mean, fucking wretched. It was that bad. He's going, oh my God, I had to get that out. We're like, fuck. Well, yeah, let's get back to the paranormal, like, yes.
Well, John, that was paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wow. That really strayed.
I don't even remember how we got on that topic.
I have no idea.
Always when I just,
we'll have to watch the replay.
Yeah.
Frank told us last week, apparently, like he had a double flush, like, which is quite impressive, like to have a double flush.
Double flush.
Yeah, that means a bowl filled right up.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is yeah, great.
Oh God. All we need now is to show a fucking full bowl. Oh God. That's hilarious. Oh man.
Yeah.
How do you clear a car out? Well, I'll show you.
Yeah, how do you clear a car? Just drop your guy. And he said to us after, I've been eating pickled onions today. Like, oh, fuck, it was. I mean,
those are deadly. Yeah, they can be
deadly.
Really good. Yeah,
especially the silver skin ones, like the silver skin pickled onions, because they're sweet in that very, very rich vinegar sauce.
My brother-in-law, he used to pickled wild leeks, right? And
wow, man,
and they were so fucking good. Oh my God, were they good? But I'll tell you, man. And he used to use mustard. He used to pickle them in mustard, eh?
Wow.
And oh my God, they're the best things, especially if you've had a few beers. But the thing is, later on, you wouldn't want to be around an open fire.
No.
Because also, but you're lit. Oh my God, they kill you. They literally kill you, man.
Well, eggs is another one as well. And pickled eggs is another one.
Yeah, well, pickled eggs, yeah, another one. Those things have been fermenting for God knows how long.
Exactly. Yeah, the brown.
Oh, you open a jar of those, you're like, oh my God.
Oh, I've had the mistake of eating a couple of them, like in the pub, like years ago. Like, that was not good.
But the scary thing is, John, and the things that scare you is that you don't know how long those fucking eggs have been fucking fermenting.
Exactly. Saying that, yeah. They've been in that smoky bar, like toilet pan going in there as well.
You walk into this fucking pub that's been there for fucking eons, and you go in for a few drinks with your buddies, and you're getting hungry, and the bartender goes, "Hey, would you like some pickled onions or pickled eggs? Yeah, sure. Here you go."
And out comes this horrible jar. It's been in there for years.
Been there for years. 20 years at least.
It's got everything in it. It's got fucking hands gone in it a lot, like pissy hands. Hardly anybody washes their hands, like, when they go in.
It's like that guy. There's a guy here on YouTube that he opens up war ration foods.
Yeah.
And we're talking about foods that have been, since the 40s, the 50s.
Yeah.
He'll crack those things open and he'll eat it.
I know.
And you're like,
he did some cigarettes on there as well, didn't he?
Smoked a cigarette.
Smoked old woodbines, like from the 40s. I mean, Christ almighty, man, how bad is that? Filterless as well, like no filter on.
Yeah, that exactly, Daniel. Steve 1989. That's the
That's the guy, yeah.
That's the guy. And it's like, wow. Insane.
The food rations.
Yeah.
Another thing that scares me is peanuts on the bar, like in a jar.
Peanuts worry me now anyways because they're all fucking GMO. They're all genetic modified now. Peanuts are fucked.
It's not the ones you got to worry about, those GMO ones. You just got to worry about how many types of urine are on them, like, you know.
Oh, fucking peanuts are my worst fucking enemy, man. Oh my god. I can only eat them like a handful, and that's it. If I eat more than a handful, oh, trouble. Trouble.
I remember there was this one bar like somewhere, and they did a test. Like they had this giant bowl of peanuts on the bar, and they did a test on it. They tested like 35 different types of urine on it.
Oh god.
On the peanuts, like
oh,
you know what's going on there.
That's it. Skip the peanuts and go for the walnuts.
Walnuts are good. Yeah.
Or cashews.
Pistachios. That's what I was eating earlier.
Pistachios.
Yeah, I had some of those earlier on.
The worst though are the shelled peanuts. You know, opening the shells and
opening the
eating.
shell. Yeah.
Oh, those are the worst. You know, there is the odd bar that has them here now, but it's like a thing in the past because of the peanut allergies that most people have.
Yeah.
So it's very rare. I know up here. I know if you go into the States, there are some bars that still have, you know, that big barrel of peanuts, shelled peanuts, and you just grab
shell peanuts. Yeah.
They're the best, man.
I'll tell you who does that now, like, right? And I've seen it recently, is Five Guys.
Oh,
they have this box, like, right? No word of a lie. And it's right by where the toilet is.
Really?
And it's a box like with a plastic bag, and it's got all the shell peanuts. And you can pull them out there. And they're there mainly for the guys who come in with the deliveries, like for Uber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you see people digging their hands in it. You go, fucking hell, like, wow. And it's right near the toilet. The toilet door is just down away from it. Like,
you're not getting out that toilet for a while.
I mean, like, you know, I thought that was like one of the most unhygienic things to do, but Five Guys apparently started doing it.
Are they doing it over here, Alex?
Yeah, I've seen it here.
Yeah, they are.
Not beside the toilet, but
not by the toilet there. No, we have in the one where ours is like
Five Guys.
Literally, you can walk to the toilet and they're right on your right hand side as you go in there.
They're all over the place now, eh? Five Guys. Holy shit!
Yeah, fine. We got everything over here. We got Tim Hortons. We got like
Tim Hortons.
Yeah, the whole fucking lot. Like everything's here. Yeah.
If you go into a pub, can you order a Labatt's Blue?
Labatt's Blue. Who does that? There's only one place I know of that serves booze.
What's Marseille?
Wasn't it?
Those keep their distance. Exactly. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
I remember one time we were going down to Iron Island Museum, Alex, and we made the mistake of stopping off and having some Taco Bell. And we got down to the museum.
Yeah.
And myself and one of the guys, we were downstairs in the basement doing some audio work, and literally he was on fire. You know, every second, like, you know, you're like. Well, now we got some EVPs happening here. You know, like, holy crap!
Oh, we just got that as well. Easy Pizza, like, as well. There's a company it's just opening in town, like
Easy Pizza.
Easy Pizza,
yeah. There's so many pizza places over here. So many of them.
Turkish ones are quite nice.
You know, it's really different, and you know, it's funny because I was talking about this the other day. They're quite different here than they are in the States. You know, you go over the border, and they have all sorts of local, you know, small mom and pop pizza places.
Wow.
Where here, it's all franchise shit, right? But down there, the pizzas are fucking incredible. Like they're
Wow.
so fucking like cup and char pepperonis. I don't know about you, but I gotta have cup and char pepperoni.
I'll tell you what, we used to have a
Oh.
place that used to serve square pizza.
Oh, yeah?
Giant square pizza, and you could have whatever you wanted on it, topping wise.
Alex,
It was
when's the last
huge.
time you made homemade pizza?
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how when you make it, how do you make it?
What do you mean?
Like
For
what
toppings?
no,
Do you
no,
go
I
the
mean,
whole
like,
way? Do you go the whole hog? Like,
do you make it the traditional Italian way of pizza or the North American way of
That's how I
making?
feel, right? I mean, we'll put pepperoni. Pepperoni is not Italian at all.
No.
no, because Italian pizza is just
It's like
mozzarella.
flatbread, isn't it?
Oh,
It's like flatbread.
well, no,
isn't
it's mozzarella and tomatoes, tomato skins or tomatoes, sweet tomatoes, and basically
It also
mozzarella.
depends on the
spice
region
on it.
you're coming from,
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
You have the thin crust pizza, which is predominant in Italy, but you also have, like if you go to Naples, for example, it's not necessarily thin crust, right? And that's the birthplace of pizza, right?
Do they do the ones that look like a giant deep pan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I do it however hell I want it over here. Really, to be honest with you, whatever I'm feeling like it. It's funny because the word pepperoni in Italian actually means peppers.
Yeah.
Right. So if you were to ever go to Italy, for example, and you ask for a pizza with pepperoni, they'll put peppers on it.
Yeah, they will.
Right, because that's what it means.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
Yeah,
I can just imagine. Like, I mean, obviously, like I
Lots
said,
of
I've lived
people's
here my
faces
entire life, pretty much. But I mean, if some guy from Italy were to come over here and says, they see pepperoni on the menu, and it's like, okay, yeah, we'll have that, and thinking he's getting peppers instead, he's getting this fucking round shaped whatever mystery meat. Right?
Yeah.
Mystery meat, yeah.
It's like going over to the UK and asking for chips, right, John?
That's right.
If I asked you for chips, what would you think?
Fries.
Fries, yeah.
And then you'll get this load of like potatoes, like just fried up.
Yeah.
Looking horrible.
Or if you go over there and ask for like no, sorry, the chips are crisps over there. If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Crisps as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can also do. We used to do that in a place I used to work at. We used to have a mandolin, and we used to make fresh crisps every day.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, fresh crisps. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really nice.
Bit dangerous on the hands, like, because you end up nearly slicing the top of your fucking fingers off, right?
all of the name for fresh crisps, right?
All for fresh crisps, like, yeah. We put salt on it, garlic on them, and everything. Like, that would be great.
Just reading Daniel's comments as the Italians will look at us here in the UK scornfully with the pizzas we serve. I don't think so. Here's a funny story. So when I went back to visit in 2000, I went back to visit my family in Italy. I actually saw pizza with French fries on it.
Mate, I've seen a
no word of a lie.
I think one of the biggest disservices to pizza though is when here in Canada when they fucking started putting fucking pineapple on them.
Yes,
that's it. Like pineapple.
Pineapple. Come
who
on.
Was that? Who did that? That was
invented in Canada.
It was invented in Canada. That was
Pizza Hut, wasn't it? Pizza Hut started that, didn't they? Putting pineapple on.
I can't remember his name, but fuck's sakes, pepper
they call
or
it the farmhouse pizza.
And now they call it the Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah.
Hawaiian, yeah. Well, that's what we have here. Is it Dr. Oka?
Dr. Oka.
Yeah, they do the Hawaiian pizza with tons of fucking pineapple on it.
Yeah, I could never get into that, man.
There you go, John. John, what does it cost for a Dr. Oka pizza?
£1.99.
Yeah,
it's
it costs here is like
cheaper.
what?
It's so cheap,
$6 or $7 here or something. Like
yeah,
that?
but you used to be able to get it for $2.99.
I don't know. It might have gone up a little bit. Like I remember going when I used to work in the club. We used to have a Tesco's right next door to us.
Yeah,
and we had an old kitchen in the club, which had ovens in it. And I was, I'll go get a pizza from next door. So we go and get this Dr. Oka, and no word of a lie, I think they were about $1.99, and you get the 12-inch and you could just get a load of cheese with it,
Yeah.
put whatever you wanted on it yourself, like, and just flick all the fucking pineapple off. Like, get rid of that shit. Like,
I think the weirdest pizza I ever tried, but I absolutely fucking loved it, was a dill pickle pizza.
wow.
And if you like dill pickles, you'd fucking
Yeah.
love it because it had like
Yeah.
a ranch garlic fucking sauce,
That's right. Yeah.
onions, and like garlic dill pickles.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, but you got to go easy on the dill pickles.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
don't
you
matter.
got to go easy, but holy crap,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's hard to find a good dill pickle pizza though. It's hard to find it.
It's also
You know,
hard to
years ago,
say.
like we had a chef in the UK called Keith Floyd, and he
Yeah.
and he said that the pizza has become the trash can lid of Europe. You know, because there's just so much shit on it. You know, you just
Well,
put,
yeah.
you know, wherever people put. I mean, there's even a fry up fucking pizza. You know, you have a full sausage, eggs, and fucking.
Well, you look at
What?
you look at places like fucking Pizza Hut where they fucking fry their pizza.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
fuck.
they did do a deep fried pizza as well. Yeah,
Deep fried pizzas. Like I don't mind a good deep Chicago deep dish pizza. I don't mind it. But sometimes they put so much fucking shit on it. It's like you take a couple bites and you're weighed down so much.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
right.
literally like fucking like ounces upon ounces of fucking cheese. It just oozing with cheese.
Oozing, yeah, and it's like oozing in your gut as well. When you wring it
Yeah.
out, there's like
Well,
half a pint of fat.
yeah.
In it.
Yeah, like the next few hours, you're like, oh my God,
Straight, yeah, resting on your top of your stomach.
That's when you
like-
go to take a shit and you can't take a shit because the cheese is slowing it down.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
There we
Because
go.
it does gives you out of breath, like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Anyways, guys, wow. 2 hours flies by.
2 hours. That's it. It's time to go.
Yeah,
like.
I know. You guys are used to doing the 10-hour shows, right?
No one's done any lives like.
No one's done a 10-hour live in a while, huh?
Well, no. Well, we were on a couple of weeks back. Like, I think it
I
was
saw, yeah. that you guys did.
10 o'clock in the morning. Like, but I deleted that one straight after, like, because there was a lot.
Well, you did one, and I think what was it? Dan did one too.
Yeah.
He did,
Yeah. Well, I did one, but I can't. I deleted it straight after, like.
Well, what Alex? What are you doing Friday?
I don't know. Probably gonna pack stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna talk to Percy, see about doing a Friday night howl.
Well, I don't know what's happening with Frank, because I mean Frank's just disappeared at the moment, so I don't know
really?
whether. Yeah, well, he's not gone on anything.
Maybe he hasn't got his net again.
Probably his internet's gone off again, like, because he
Yeah.
hasn't been around for a good few. I mean, he always appears every now and again, like, but he hasn't. Been
Yeah,
around.
but he hasn't been around for a while. You're saying?
No, I'd say about 3 or 4 weeks, or
Wow.
about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I haven't seen him post anything from one of his
No.
live shows or anything.
No, he's nothing on Discord, and he's just
Yeah.
disappeared. So I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Well, hopefully he pops
You
up
never
soon.
know. You never know. Might be there.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, John, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, man.
And
Sorry
yeah,
to steer it away from the paranormal, like.
what?
Yeah.
That's fine. What scared you guys in the comments? Leave some comments, some stories.
Yeah,
If you got
please
a story you
leave
want to
some
share with
comments.
us, leave it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Help us reach 1K. We're almost there, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're almost there finally. And hey, when we do reach the 1K, the first episode of the Dark Woodlot is going to drop. So until then, guys, take care. Thanks for listening to us on New Visions Radio Network and watching us here on the YouTube and Twitch. Is anyone on Twitch? Oh, one person's on Twitch. Watching us on Twitch and YouTube. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next Sunday night.
Take care.
Later.